leading to the AEM in September. Ladies and gentlemen, with us today is our panel of speakers to be led by our Trade and Industry Secretary, Ramon Lopez, Industry Development Undersecretary and Managing Head of the Board of Investments, Seferino Rodolfo, and Assistant Secretary for Trade Policy and Negotiations, Ana Maria Rosario Robeñol. Secretary Lopez will read the press statement to be immediately followed by the Q&A with members of the press. Due to a very urgent matter needing his presence, the Secretary regrets that he has to leave at 6 o'clock. For us to get started, ladies and gentlemen, I now give you the Secretary of the Department of Trade and Industry, Ramon Lopez, for his statement.
Okay, good afternoon. We are pleased to report that we had a very successful meeting, the ASEAN Economic Ministers meeting. This is the 23rd ASEAN Economic Ministers meeting, and that the AEM meeting was able to also have some interaction with the ASEAN Business Advisory Council, as well as you know, this noontime, we had an interaction also with the EU Trade Commissioner, as well as the EU Business Council. As lead agency for the AEC, or the ASEAN Economic Community, DTI is poised to promote inclusive, innovation-led growth towards shared prosperity in the region. During the retreat, we were able to push for, of course, the Philippine agenda that will promote our economic priority deliverables by securing endorsement of fellow ASEAN economic ministers. And these deliverables touch on freer trade and trade facilitation, trade in services, investment, connectivity, and innovation. The AEM was also able to strengthen the implementation of the ASEAN Economic Community Blueprint for 2025, which charts the future direction of the region's economic agenda, as well as advocated for the conclusion of the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, or RCEP, by year end. The latter is especially considerable as RCEP could give the Philippines access to more than just the current market of ASEAN of over 600 million people, but if you include the 6 other countries, it can reach over 3 billion, and that's more than half of the world's population. All these translate to increasing trade and investment, integrating the region's SME into the global value chain, and developing an innovation and also an inclusive growth in the region. So after this, we are on the road to a larger 49th AEM meeting. That's the full-blown AEM by September, wherein all the other dialogue partners will join, and leading also into the ASEAN Summit. One will be next month in April, towards end April, and another one also after that September AEM, I think towards November. No? So yun lang, no? We just want to reiterate that at least we were able to ensure that the thematic agenda of our country that will ensure inclusive, innovation-led growth have been discussed, and all the programs to be able to achieve that thematic objective will be, they were discussed, and they were really, I guess, carried in the discussion. Yes. So, and in the end, ang habol natin dito, that will lead to shared prosperity for all Filipinos. So, thank you.
Thank you, Secretary Lopez. The floor is now open for questions from the press. A microphone will be given to the member of the press asking the question. Before you ask your question, we respectfully request you to state your name and organization. Thank you.
Okay, question. Baka clear na. Baka you asked na the question kaninang tanghali. Wala na bang question? Natanong na lahat. Okay.
Yes, please.
Si Roy, walang question? O si Richmond?
Sir Chris muna from Philippines News Agency.
Oh, yes, Chris.
Sir, ano po yung mga specific outcome documents na tinatarget po ng AEM?
Sige, ikaw na sumagot doon. Ann, ikaw na.
Thank you. For the regular AEM, the one that we will be having in September, masyadong marami yung outcome documents, but siguro I would just mention like 2 or 3. We're hoping to have by September a work program on electronic commerce, a document on inclusive business, integrating micro, small, and medium enterprises into the global supply chain, value chain, and even the digital economy, and then a trade facilitation index. This AEM retreat, they agreed on a target to reduce transaction costs by 20% in 2020. So our next step would actually to put a plan of action on how to achieve this, and hopefully that piece of document would be ready by September for endorsement of the ministers. %10 lang by 2020.
Any other questions?
Yung usual tanong nila, yung RCEP, di ba? Nabanggit natin yung RCEP. So, realistic ba? Matatapos? And So, as we mentioned in the last time we met, or we had that occasion, you asked that, the RCEP per se, maybe the basic principles and the parameters therein will be laid out and will be agreed upon. That is, and those will be the guiding principles that will allow the negotiating panels, ibig sabihin itong mga senior economic officials, to work on the details. But at least if there are agreed principles, then hindi naman madali na, but at least there will be guides on how they will work out the details of the yung content ng Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. No? And then the actual text and agreement, the signing of the agreement can follow after that. So importante magkaroon ng basic agreement and to move to the next stage of really writing down the details of that agreement. Okay. Questions? Claro. Very clear na. Sige. So, kung wala nang tanong, then let's...
Yes.
Okay.
So, thank you very much. We highly appreciate the presence of the members of media here, and we hope that you can help us in relaying to all stakeholders the success that has been achieved in pushing the Philippine priorities in this meeting of the AEM. So, thank you for your usual cooperation. Thank you to our Secretary Lopez, to USEC Rodolfo and ASEC Ann. Good evening and mabuhay.
Final note lang, no? Maybe it's better also to highlight na all these discussions in ASEAN, some people will ask, also anong epekto sa mga tao?
Yes.
In the end, it redounds to really greater trading activities that can really help the economy and greater investment among the ASEAN member state that can again lead to more jobs and income opportunities. So it will be helpful, and we'll thank you for that if you are able to communicate really the benefit of a more vibrant ASEAN community, wherein there's more trade, more investment, leading to more jobs. And as we've reported also before, because of what, this ASEAN is something that's not happening only now. More in the recent years, many tariff rates have gone down. We entered into this ASEAN economic community. Over 90% of the products are liberalized among us in the region. And this has really led to, as we are now experiencing, a vibrant Philippine economy. If you look at Philippines as one of the participants, economic growth, many ASEAN economies are growing fast, high single digit, or at least over 5%. And you've heard of the unemployment rate has gone down, in our case, 4.7%, coming from 6.5%. So I think the important thing here is that we are seeing the benefits. There are many companies now operating outside the country and into other ASEAN economies as well, ASEAN countries. And really expanding their business. And those are coming back to us in terms of brands from the country, from the Philippines, and of course, more prosperous Philippine companies, more valuable, Filipino companies getting to be more valuable. So at the end of the day, as we spread the benefits of this to more people and activities in the countryside, outside Metro Manila, we're making ASEAN really, making it being felt by Filipinos around the country. So to us, that's the bottom line. More inclusive ang growth natin. And as we say, shared prosperity. Okay, thank you.
So thank you again, Mr. Secretary, and thank you to the members of media.